Guys, Judge Vonda B. Court is now in session. Case number JVB 1013, case of the Jacksons.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
You brought this case before the court.
I did.
Okay, what's going on?
So James and I split about a couple of years ago, and it's been pretty good. We've been splitting costs for our girl, but her last birthday was, she was 8 years old, and we had a great party. I planned it. It's been a lot of time, and it was about $1,500.
How, 8 years old?
Yes. Well, okay, she really likes, ice skating, so we rented out the ice skating rink, and then Tara Lipinski came and did a little routine for the girls. It was a lot.
Buckle up, guys. Today, we're diving into a courtroom showdown where a mom brings the drama over a jaw-dropping birthday bill. As Judge Vonda B. enters and calls the case to order, Miss Jackson wastes no time airing her grievances. The couple shares custody, yet mom is now seeking child support after dad declined to split a party cost. Why? Because she dropped $1,500 on their daughter's 8th birthday. Yeah, you heard that right. 8. While it starts off civil, the moment she mentions the party price tag, you can almost feel the judge's eyebrow raise. Ice skating rink rental? Check. Celebrity guest? Double check. This case kicks off with a bang, and you just know it's going downhill fast.
Of fun. But anyways, it did cost something, and James just refused to pay it.
Whose idea was it? Wait. How much was the birthday party?
But $1,500.
Whose idea was it to have that expensive birthday party?
Tierney brought up the whole inspiration for it. So I just kind of, looked at what past birthday parties we had gone to, kind of the expectation was set at a certain level, and yeah, so I did ask James for certain input, and he did not give that, so I just took that as I have to parent up. So
So you want him to pay child support now?
Yes, I think this is kind of it's changing up the dynamics a little bit, that he wouldn't even pay for a little bit of her birthday party. So she's getting into ballet. There's recitals coming up. There are other things coming up, and I'm just nervous that she's gonna see that imbalance in our relationship, and it's gonna cost something.
But you're creating the imbalance. $1,500 for an 8-year-old birthday party? That doesn't sound, it sounds bad when you say it out of the context, but that's normal. No, within the context, that is ridiculous.
That is normal.
No, it's not normal.
Susie had a birthday party that cost $2,000,
so you're trying to keep up with Susie?
Well, I didn't do $2,000. I could have done $2,000, and I think I kept it at a reasonable cost.
Wait a minute.
Meet Tara.
Wait a minute. Pause. Can you speak some reason to me?
I would.
All right, guys. This is where things really start spiraling. Miss Jackson justifies her extravagant spending by comparing it to another kid's $2,000 party. Instead of accountability, she leans on neighborhood peer pressure. She claims the dad didn't give input, so she made all the decisions herself, then expected him to foot the bill. The judge? Absolutely not having it. She's quick to challenge this logic, calling out the absurdity of demanding $1,500 for a single event. The courtroom shifts from polite discussion to raised eyebrows and reality checks. You can almost hear the audience gasping when the judge questions the whole Tara Lipinski appearance. This part is pure delusion versus discipline, and it's only heating up.
Love to try, Your Honor. I am more than happy to help our daughter celebrate and live her life, but there comes a point where it's just, it's frivolous, it's opulent,
I agree.
I would have been fine going halfway down the middle of just like paying to have some kids to the skating rink, but we did not need Tara Lipinski there. I thought that you were joking when you said that, which is why I didn't respond.
I do not joke. And you know how...
Excuse me. Last time I checked, I was the judge. So I would like for the two of you to address me.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry.
You're welcome. You did not need Tara there.
Tierney really wanted her, though.
Yeah, but Tierney is not paying $1,500, is she? No, and it's absolutely ridiculous that you have the expectation of him to pay that when it was your idea. That is ridiculous. And you came to court today to ask me to do what exactly?
I just want in the future to make sure that there is a balance in our relationship.
I'm going to ask you again.
Get ready, because this next segment is pure courtroom chaos. The mom tries to reframe her request, saying she's worried about the imbalance her daughter might feel. But Judge Vonda is laser-focused and doesn't let that slide. She slams the brakes on the idea that child support can be based on luxury spending. The tone shifts from frustration to near disbelief. The judge demands clarity. Why is she really here? When the mom finally admits she's asking for child support, it feels like the judge's patience is hanging by a thread. She straight up calls it ridiculous, and you can't help but agree. This moment seals it. Mom wants reimbursement, not support. And that's not how the system works.
What is it that you came to court to ask me to do?
I would like him to pay child support.
Well, I would like for you to not spend $1,500 on a birthday party. The 9-year-old, when she turns 9, no $1,500. When she turns 10, no $1,500. I mean, that is absurd. And then you want him to pay you child support because he did not want to go in with you with this ridiculous amount of money you spend on a birthday party? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I'm not going to have him pay child support based on that, and you guys have been sharing custody. So I'm assuming when the child is with you, you cover the expenses for the child, right?
And it's usually really amicable. It usually works really well, but...
Well, it sounds like she probably put herself in the hole with that $1,500 birthday party and is trying to recoup some of the money from it because you were trying to keep up with Susie paying $2,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not going to do it. And I cannot believe you actually filed this in court and asked me to do it for those grounds. Yeah.
I see that there's no weird issue with this thing. Okay.
Well, it's just, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to step in.
This is where Judge Vonda draws the line in bold red ink. She cuts through the nonsense and lays it out plain. No child support will be granted based on a one-time, over-the-top party. Shared custody means shared responsibilities, not covering each other's personal spending. She exposes the mother's real motive, trying to recover from blowing her own budget. When she says, "We're not doing that," it lands like a gavel crash. The judge reinforces the basics. Unless there's a real change in custody or needs, there's no legal reason to step in. It's courtroom reality slapping entitlement in the face. This part is all facts, no fluff. And Judge Vonda delivers it with precision.
And help our daughter pursue her interests. If she wants to do ballet, sure.
Ballet makes sense. Ballet is an activity.
Right.
If she chooses to do ballet in school, I mean, it's an educational activity as well. But I am not going to order anybody pay child support based on a $1,500 birthday party. And you guys share custody. Who pays health insurance?
We both do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you guys should be doing. Maintain your own individual health insurance, but no, he is not going to pay child support for that reason. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Is there anything further?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there anything further from you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. If there's nothing further, you both are dismissed.
Here's where things cool down, and Dad shines through. Calm, composed, and rational, he makes it clear he's more than happy to support their daughter's real passions like ballet. He's not the villain here. He just didn't co-sign a ridiculous party. The judge agrees, real expenses like educational activities are valid, but stunt spending isn't. It's the contrast that speaks volumes. Mom sounds entitled. Dad sounds committed. Judge Vonda reinforces that this court isn't a tool to fix regretful financial choices. She brings both parties back to reality and finalizes the case. This scene is a reminder. Being a supportive parent doesn't mean saying yes to every extravagant whim.